where I work, there's this one guy, a lab technician from Uganda. I'll leave his name out of it. And this other colored gentleman from United Blood Services that brings blood in. They were looking at the Facebook page and saw me in a Confederate uniform, so a conversation got started. And he was asking me about, he goes, "You don't seem racist to me. Why are you doing Confederacy? I can't believe you're the Confederacy." And I said I wasn't fighting for slavery, I was fighting for state rights. And the gentleman from Uganda comes in and goes, "And besides that, my people were the ones selling your people to them."
Which is the truth. The biggest slave traders in the world were from Africa. And they really, you know, they're trying to demonize the Wizard of the Saddle, who is Nathan Bedford Forrest. And Forrest was the first Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. So that's why they want to demonize him, because he was a slave trader, and then he was the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. What they fail to tell you is that his own elite guard was comprised of, some of them were slaves, but they wanted to go with Bedford Forrest, and they held rank. And when I'm talking rank, they were NCOs. There were sergeants and corporals, and they were his elite guard. And after the war, he spoke before the poll bearers, which was the forerunner of the NAACP. Told them, "You don't have to vote the way the Freedman Bureau tells you to vote. You vote the way you want to. You have a vote. Use it." He was loved by the quote-unquote, today's term, African American. He was loved by him. And now they want to dig him up. How ridiculous is that? I mean, to the winner goes, to the victor goes
the history. To the victor goes the history, yeah.
And it's just wrong on so many different levels.
Yep.
Bedford Forrest enlisted in the Confederate Army as a private. And he put together his own unit and made it to General Nathan Bedford Forrest. One of my heroes. Jeb Stuart, Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee, talk about a good man.
A good man. I was just going to say, I can't do the exact quote, but when Robert E. Lee was asked to lead the Army of the Potomac, and he said, "No, sir, even though I see slavery as an abomination and the dissolution of the Union also an abomination,
I can't bring myself.
I can't bring my sword against my home."
That's right. And Lee was done dirt. He was done dirt bad. To punish Lee, Arlington National Cemetery was the Lee family home. And by the way, the Lee family home had ties back to George Washington. Mary Custis Lee, granddaughter of General George Washington. Granted, not by blood, but by marriage. So Arlington was actually a home that was built to house all of the Washington relics that the family had. So all the fighting happens. What did? They buried the Union dead as close to the house as they possibly could, so that it would no longer be inhabitable by the police. Punishment. Listen to the song by Trace Atkins about an old man waiting for me there at Arlington. I like to think that Trace is talking about Robert E. Lee crying at the new soldiers. Lee was a great man. He was graduated first in his class from West Point, and the only man that I know of in history to graduate from West Point without a single demerit. Great man.
By the way, Lee didn't have slaves either. His wife did, he didn't.
He didn't. And by the way, before he took command of the Army of Northern Virginia, hell, before he resigned his commission, he had freed the slaves that his wife had. How's that? I mean, you're talking a great man. he was a great man. And yeah, I mean, wow. He was sick. He didn't live very long after the war either.
No, he died in what, 67?
Yeah. Something, well, no, 70.
Oh, 70.
1870. Being the president of Lee Washington College. Yeah, I loved Lee. Lee's my hero. Lee's my hero. He was. I love some of his quotes. Whiskey, I'm afraid I'd like it too much, therefore I never indulge. Or, the education of a man is over the day they bury him. I mean, wisdom. I mean, serious wisdom out of Lee.
He said the same thing about cigars too.
Yeah,
I don't take cigars because I'm afraid I'll like them too much. Yeah, I actually have a book of Lee quotes that I was posting them on Facebook, the daily Lee quote for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I ought to dig back through and find my book and
you do that, and I'll share them.
Yeah, it was my daily Lee quote, and I need to start doing Hank the Cowdog in my daily Lee quotes again. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the Hank quotes.
It's been a week. I haven't been online much.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been busy trying to get things ready to come do this little play thing.